Question number 15. Philagape says, how important is a church's statement of faith? If a church has a basic, correct statement, but adds and emphasizes serious errors in their services, would you think they're real about it? No, I'm long skeptical of statements of faith because churches are they're multi-generational creatures is what they are. So if I start a church today and I have like really solid statement of faith, I believe really solid statement of faith, really high view of the Word of God, you come back a generation or two later, even 20 years later sometimes, and you've got leadership and people in positions who don't really agree with the statement of faith exactly. And sometimes they won't change the statement of faith because it's tradition, but also because they're associated with another church and another group of churches, and so they don't want to mess with it. But also because liberal theologians and liberal, I'm not talking about politics here, but theology, liberal theologians, they tend to bend words like contortionists, and they'll read a statement of faith and they'll just say, I agree with that, but they don't really agree with it because they've redefined the words. So for those reasons, a statement of faith is only as good as the church holds to it. Now, if you meet a church and you're like, wow, these people are transparent, they have integrity, they're passionate about these things, they may well hold to their statement of faith. But in addition to this, there's another problem, which is individuals in a church might find one element of a statement of faith they don't agree with, but still attend the church, even still be a pastor at the church. And they just agree, I won't talk on that topic. I think it's secondary. It's in the statement of faith. But so for this reason, statements of faith can be divorced from the reality of the church. And so I find them to be sort of helpful. I'll put it this way. A statement of faith, as I'm like reading, looking at websites, looking at ministries, a statement of faith is better at showing you something's wrong than showing you what is right. Because churches that are messed up will still sometimes have a good statement of faith, but you don't really ever have a solid church that cares about theology, cares about Christ, cares about the Word of God, and holds faithfully to it, that has a bad statement of faith, right? So a bad statement of faith, yeah, you can bet that church is messed up. So yeah, that's my perspective on it. Yeah, what happens on Sunday is more telling than what happens on page 7 of the statement of faith. Yeah.